Greetings, my wonderful students. The Mr. English Fluency Teacher channel welcomes you. I want to tell you something today that will completely alter the way you study English. I want you to pay close attention because what I am going to say has the power to totally change your path from struggle to speaking with confidence and fluency. Now, let me tell you something. It is not impossible to learn English. It is not as hard as you believe. You are fluent in English, yes. And you can accomplish it far more quickly than you think, I assure you. I am aware that a lot of you experience anxiety when it comes time to talk. I am aware that some of you are hesitant. Because you are terrified of making mistakes, you either become stuck or, worse, you give up altogether. Even after years of studying English, you may still feel that your speaking skills are lacking. The words are familiar to you. When you read, you comprehend the grammar. However, your mind goes blank when it comes time to speak. I have been there, so I fully understand you. It is not easy to learn a new language. I understand what it is like to want to talk but lack the appropriate words. I understand how frustrating it is to hear someone talk so quickly and still be unable to understand them. But I want to share something with you today, friends, that will make your troubles easier. You are no longer need to battle. You do not need to feel overwhelmed, scared, or stuck. Because I am going to give you the simplest, most organic method of learning English today. I want you to consider English more than just a subject you will learn, it is something you will live. Grammar books, vocabulary lists, and lectures in the classroom are not the appropriate places for English. It ought to be something you hear, consider, and talk about on a daily basis. This is something you can accomplish. First, let us talk about your thinking. First step. Have faith that learning English is simple. The first and most crucial step is to modify your brain will continue to fight English if you think it is hard. However, your brain will begin to accept English if you think it is simple. Let me explain. Errors happen during the process. When did you first learn to walk as a child? You had a lot of falls. Did you give up trying, though? No. You continued. Walking ultimately became instinctive. This is the process of learning English. Do not try to be flawless. Concentrate on your practice. You cannot learn if you do not make mistakes. I want you to join me in saying this. English is simple. English is a language I speak. Every day I learn something new. Say it aloud. Do it again. Have faith. Additionally, you will begin to observe a change in the way your brain interprets English. You will start to gain confidence and see that you are getting more at ease speaking the language. You will notice that the learning process itself gets simpler once you start to think that learning English is simple. Step 2. Be surrounded by English. Now that you have the right mindset, let us go on to step 2. Every day, surround yourself with English. Many people think that living in an English-speaking nation is necessary to speak the language fluently. However, that is a misconception. No matter where you are, you can establish an environment where people speak English. Let us dissect this. You do not have to travel to a nation where English is spoken. Being surrounded by native speakers all the time is not necessary. Additionally, you are not required to enroll in costly classes. All you have to do is begin using English on a daily basis. What you can do is this. Select English as the language on your phone. Your phone will be reading in English each time you check it. Your brain will begin to become accustomed to using English whether you are reading notifications, checking messages, or browsing social media. Think in English now. You currently transfer your thoughts into English after thinking in your original tongue. Speaking becomes difficult and slow as a result. Start thinking in English instead. It may be as easy as thinking, I need to go to the grocery store, I am getting up, or I am brushing my teeth. Your brain will start thinking in English without the need for translation if you start with simple ideas. Use English while speaking to oneself. Yes, you heard correctly. Speak to yourself. Engage in basic dialogue while standing in front of a mirror. One of the greatest methods to practice without worrying about criticism is this. You can pose questions to yourself and respond to them out loud. Additionally, it will improve your pronunciation and speech. Picture yourself conversing with someone. How would you react if you were speaking with a friend? Do this every day. Put English labels on everything in your home. Write the English names of objects on little pieces of paper and place them throughout your home. Spoken the word aloud whenever you see it. English will become a natural part of your everyday life as a result. Say aloud, "This is a refrigerator, and I keep food inside of it," for instance, when you see the refrigerator. Say something like, "This is a book, I am reading this book today," when you see a book. These minor adjustments to your surroundings will aid in your language immersion. Step 3. Put an end to your grammar concerns. Let us talk about grammar, which is one of the most prevalent obstacles to speaking. Many individuals think that before they can talk, they must master flawless grammar. I must say that this is a grave error. Overemphasizing grammar will make you always fearful of making mistakes. Furthermore, you will never speak with confidence if you are scared of making mistakes. Consider it. Children do not first learn grammatical rules when they learn to speak their native tongue. They ultimately begin to build phrases after listening to their parents and repeating words. That is precisely how you ought to acquire knowledge. Do not worry about being flawless. Prioritize speaking skills development over flawless grammar. Begin with basic phrases like, "I am eating." "The market is where she is heading." They are engaged in a game of football. You will learn how English functions by utilizing these basic sentences, and soon you will be employing increasingly intricate structures instinctively. Repetition is the key. Continue speaking these phrases until they come naturally to you. Step 4. Use English in your everyday interactions. It is time to use English in your everyday interactions now that we have surrounded ourselves with it. You can explain everything you do in English. Making it organic and a part of your daily routine is crucial. Make tea, take a walk, clean your teeth, or even go out with friends as soon as you wake up. Throughout the day, you can work on your English. Let me illustrate with a few instances. Say good morning as soon as you wake up in the morning. Today, I feel fantastic. Say, I am making tea while you are in the kitchen preparing breakfast. This tea has a lovely scent. You can ask, "Excuse me, do you have fresh tomatoes?" while you are buying at the market? Or what is the cost of this? Hey, how is everything going with your friends? Do you want to get together today? Start talking in casual, ordinary terms. If you make mistakes, do not stress. Simply continue talking. Step 5. Improve your confidence and pronunciation. Here's one of the most effective ways to speak fluent English. Pay attention and repeat. Say the new statement aloud as soon as you hear it, rather than just understanding it. Copy the tone and the pronunciation. You will sound more natural as a result. Speaking clearly and gently is another piece of advice. Speaking quickly makes one more difficult to understand, despite the common belief that it will make one sound more fluent. People will pay attention if you speak clearly. Try recording your voice as well. Examine your voice and contrast it with that of native speakers. This will assist you in determining your areas of improvement. Your confidence and pronunciation will both improve if you do this on a regular basis. Step 6. Get past your hesitation and fear. Let us now discuss fear. The largest barrier is fear, but with practice, you can get past it. The 3-second rule is a straightforward guideline for overcoming hesitation. Give yourself 3 seconds before speaking. Just talk, do not ponder too much. You will gain confidence the more you do this. Keep in mind that learning involves making mistakes. Do not worry if you make mistakes, even native speakers do. Step 7. Use English when thinking. At last, begin to think in English. The secret to speaking confidently and fluently is this. You slow down when you think in your original tongue and then convert it into English. Train your brain to think in English instead. Begin with basic language. Look around when you wake up in the morning and give the items, the bed, the pillow, the window, English names. Proceed to simple sentences gradually. My teeth are being brushed. I am currently eating breakfast. Or, today's weather is pleasant. Speaking will feel more natural the more you practice thinking in English. You now have all you need to speak English fluently and confidently, my wonderful students. Fear and hesitation are the only things preventing you from succeeding. However, you now understand how to go past both. Keep in mind that English is not hard. You will get better the more you practice. Never give up. Continue talking. Continue to listen. Continue to think in English. You will eventually become fluent in English. Let us now discuss a crucial topic in the context of proficient English speaking. How to pronounce it. Improving your pronunciation is essential if you wish to speak English more naturally and with confidence. I am aware that a lot of you are concerned about how other people may view your speaking abilities or your accent. Speaking could make you anxious because you worry that your pronunciation will not be precise or clear. However, I want you to know this now. Perfect pronunciation is not the goal. It all comes down to being understood, being clear, and, above all, gaining confidence. I will walk you through a number of effective methods that will help you seem more natural when speaking English and enhance your pronunciation. These pointers are simple to implement, and with regular practice, you will quickly see noticeable progress. First, pay attention and follow along. Listening's power. Listening to native speakers pronounce words and sentences is one of the best methods to get better at pronouncing them. Their rhythm, intonation, and pronunciation patterns need careful listening on your part. Speaking is based on listening since it teaches your brain to accurately identify and replicate sounds. This is what you must do. Select a source. Select a TV program, YouTube video, or podcast that features English-speaking hosts. Make sure the information is easy to understand and something you appreciate. Actively listen to the speaker, concentrate on how they pronounce each word, and observe how their voice rises and falls, how quickly they talk, and how they emphasize various terms. This will assist you with comprehending English rhythm. After hearing a sentence, pause and say it aloud, then imitate and repeat. Make an effort to imitate the tone, pitch, and rhythm in addition to the words. To sound more genuine, repeat this step as many as necessary. Take the line, "I want to go to the park," for instance. Take note of the speaker's pronunciation and how they say want. Until your pronunciation is consistent, repeat it multiple times. You may teach your lips and brain to make English sounds more naturally by listening and mimicking frequently. One of your greatest tools is the ability to listen and imitate. Step 2. Talk clearly and slowly. Speaking quickly is something that many English language learners attempt to do because they believe it will make them sound more fluent. On the other hand, this may actually make your pronunciation less clear. Rapid speech frequently results in mispronunciations and makes it more difficult for others to understand you. Speaking properly and gently is the key to better pronunciation. Take your time. Pay attention to the sound of each word. Speaking slowly allows you to think about how to produce the sounds and improves your ability to pronounce words correctly. Give it a try. When speaking, especially during practice, speak more slowly. Pay attention to how you pronounce each sound. Divide challenging words into manageable chunks. For instance, when pronouncing the word unbelievable, speak each syllable slowly before combining them. Take a slow voice recording. Check to see if the words are clear after listening to the recording again. You can identify any mispronunciations with the aid of this activity. Speaking slowly does not equate to being robotically sluggish. It simply entails giving every sound the consideration it requires in order to be understood. Step 3. Pay attention to problematic noises. Many of the sounds in English are hard for non-native speakers to pronounce. These include sounds that vary based on the word's stress location or sounds that are absent from your original tongue. Practice advice. Breathe slowly while sticking your tongue slightly out between your teeth. Focus on the sound when you say the words think and this. The letter R. The R sound is pronounced differently in English than in many other languages, particularly when it comes to the start or finish of a word. Do not allow the tip of your tongue touch your teeth when making the English R. Instead, drag it back toward the roof of your mouth. Practice terms such as better, automobile, and red. The difference between L and R. Many learners may find the L and R sounds puzzling, particularly those who speak languages like Korean or Japanese. Place the tip of your tongue behind your upper teeth on the roof of your mouth to make the L sound. To produce the R sound, retract your tongue without making contact with the roof of your mouth. Try using terms like rake and lake. Continue practicing these sounds until they become more instinctive. It is crucial to pay attention to native speakers and attempt to mimic their pronunciation of these sounds. Use tongue twisters in Step 4. Pronunciation can be greatly enhanced by using tongue twisters. They train your mouth to more clearly enunciate challenging sound combinations. You will gain more control over your pronunciation the more you practice tongue twisters. Here are a few instances. By the shore, she sells seashells. A peck of pickled peppers was harvested by Peter Piper. If a woodchuck has the ability to chuck wood, how much would it chuck? Say them slowly and deliberately at first, then as you get more at ease, progressively speed up. Your tongue and mouth will become more adaptable and able to process increasingly difficult words and sounds. Step 5. Practice your intonation and stress. Because English is a stress-timed language, each word or sentence has a few syllables that are emphasized more than others. The stress pattern determines the language's rhythm, which influences how you pronounce words. Here's how to work on your intonation and stress. Pay close attention to the word and emphasize the correct syllable as you repeat it multiple times. To highlight the rhythm, you can also try clapping your hands on the emphasized phrase. Intonation and sentence emphasis. Certain words are stressed more than others in sentences. Adjectives, verbs, nouns, and other crucial content terms are typically used. Articles, prepositions, auxiliary verbs, and unstressed words are spoken more rapidly and softly. Practice advice. Take note of the terms that natural English speakers emphasize as you listen to them. Practice emphasizing the key words and relaxing the less crucial ones by repeating sentences. For instance, I would want to visit the shop. Want and shop are emphasized in this statement, whereas the other words are said quietly and rapidly. Step 6. Make a video of yourself. Lastly, record your voice. This is among the best methods for evaluating and refining your pronunciation. You can find out where you need to improve by listening to yourself. Here's the method. Take a voice recording of yourself saying a few sentences. Pay close attention, then check your pronunciation against that of native speakers. Practice any parts that seem off until you feel more comfortable doing so. I can assure you that it is worth the time and effort to improve your pronunciation. Your pronunciation will sound more natural with practice, and you will feel more comfortable speaking. Keep in mind that perfection is not the goal. It is about having confidence and being understood. Continue to practice, mimic, and listen each day. Your pronunciation will significantly improve with time, and you will become much more at ease when speaking English. We will now explore vocabulary, which is one of the most fascinating parts of learning English. If you want to talk more confidently, explain yourself more clearly, and become a true English language master, you must have a strong vocabulary. I am aware that a lot of you find vocabulary acquisition to be intimidating. There are a lot of words, and sometimes it seems like you cannot remember them or apply them appropriately, regardless of how many new ones you learn. Do not worry, though. It does not have to be hard to increase your vocabulary. I am here to inform you. Actually, you can pick up new words fast and begin using them organically in your writing and speech if you use the appropriate techniques. Let us now examine some potent strategies that will enable you to increase your vocabulary in the most efficient and pleasurable manner. Step 1. Read daily. Greatest method for learning new words. Reading is the earliest and most organic method of picking up new words. Reading helps you grasp how new words are used in everyday circumstances by exposing you to them in context. Let me tell you something, though. Read more than just words to get their meanings. Actively read. Make sure you comprehend any unfamiliar words by paying attention to them. Do not simply ignore new words when you encounter them. Here are some tips for getting the most out of reading. Read a range of sources. You can increase your vocabulary by reading books, articles, blogs, newspapers, and even posts on social media. To make reading enjoyable, choose books that pique your interest. Underline or highlight words that are unknown. If you are reading on paper, underline the unfamiliar words. Use the built-in features to highlight them if you are using a digital device. Find out what the word means. Check the definition with a dictionary, but also look at the context. It is really beneficial that a lot of online dictionaries even give instances of the term in sentences. Write down the new term a few times. To help you remember the term you have learned, write it in a sentence. Write a phrase like this, for instance, if you encounter the word serendipity, which refers to a joyful accident or discovering something worthwhile without seeking it out. By pure happenstance, I discovered my favorite book while organizing the attic. Regular reading will help you better comprehend how words are used in various contexts in addition to helping you pick up new vocabulary. Step 2. Practice your vocabulary with flashcards. Using flashcards is one of the most traditional yet successful ways to learn vocabulary. By actively using your memory, flashcards aid in the reinforcement of words and their definitions. Here's how you make the most of flashcards. On one side of the card, write the word and, on the other, its definition or a sentence. For instance, the term serendipity refers to a fortunate occurrence, such as discovering something worthwhile by chance. To put it simply, I found the ideal present for my friend at that tiny store by pure happenstance. Regularly go over your flashcards. The secret to learning new words is repetition. At least once a day, go over your cards. To make studying vocabulary more organized, use apps like Anki, Quizlet, or even plain paper flashcards. Make use of pictures. To make it easier for you to recall a word's meaning, you can even use images or symbols. You could include a photo of someone discovering a treasure by chance, for instance, to illustrate serendipity. You may ensure that the words stay in your long-term memory by employing flashcards on a regular basis. Step 3. Study words in themes or groups. Learning words in groups or with similar themes is another successful tactic. It will be simpler to remember and apply words appropriately if they are grouped together according to their meaning or context rather than being learned separately. Emotions, such as happiness, sadness, anger, frustration, excitement, anxiety, and joy, travel terms, such as flight, passport, luggage, destination, hotel, and tour guide, business terms, such as meeting, presentation, deadline, negotiation, client, contract, and proposal. You will be better equipped to remember words and utilize them appropriately if you study them in context or in relation to certain subjects. Here's where to begin. Choose a weekly subject, such as business, cuisine, or travel, and concentrate on learning 10 to 15 vocabulary associated with that theme. Make weekly mini lists of the words you wish to study. You could, for instance, compile a list of verbs like run, leap, swim, etc., adjectives like beautiful, strong, and tall, as well as nouns like dog, house, and computer. This approach will give you the confidence to talk about a range of subjects and assist you with practically expanding your vocabulary. Using new words in sentences is the fourth step. Do not merely commit new words to memory, put them to use. Incorporating a word into your work and speech is the best method to make it stick. Try incorporating new words throughout your dialogue, paragraphs, and phrases. This is how you do it. Write new words in sentences. Practice applying them in various situations. For instance, you can write the view from the mountaintop was magnificent if you learn the term magnificent. She arrived at the party wearing a stunning red dress.